So we are removing all of the Everlog concrete siding off of this entire side of the house, which is a job we never actually saw ourselves having to do.
So we absolutely love our Everlog concrete siding that we have up on the house. It was a lot of work for us to get it put up, so it feels a little weird to now be pulling at least a portion of it down. But with the work that we were hoping to get done this week on our breezeway, our hallway, our passageway between our house and the addition, it needs to come down so we can get some wall to roof flashing put up. It needs to be set back beneath the siding, which is why we're pulling all of it down.
Yeah, so we also have a very busy week because we have the electricians here today, which are getting power to the addition. That's going to be amazing. And then we are also hoping to start on our door and trim package. So a lot going on, but first things first, the removal of all of the siding. Before we take all of this down, do you want to try to see if that flange will fit up there and maybe we can avoid taking off all the boards?
Yeah, no, I think it will now. Slide it under, should be fine.
Do you even want to attempt to try to get that inside corner in, or do you want to just take them off?
We're gonna have to take all the siding off, that's what we want to do.
Well, but do you want to try to see if there's a way to finagle it without?
It's gotta come off.
You got it. No? Let it go. No. I can't get anything done with this guy.
Removing the siding really is just a matter of removing a few screws. Unfortunately, the caulk that we use works like an adhesive in keeping all of those planks up there even after removing the screws, so a little more work than I anticipated originally. Melissa and I just had a quick discussion about actually removing all of the siding in its entirety, front and back, because we have inside corners that have to go in this area back here behind me. That inside corner trim actually tucks back behind the siding, which is the reason we're having to now remove all of it.
They say gardens are for growing so much more roses, that you like the way they look. They say dancing is for parties, but you'd rather do it always. So I twirl you around the kitchen while we cook. I wanna do anything you want to. I wanna do.
Now you're stuck. Now you're stuck.
I don't mind.
They say singing's for the birds, but they must have never heard the sound of your voice coming from the shower. And if magic is removed, please explain to me the feeling that I get when I'm around.
Oh, weather's getting weird. I love that. It's like nice sunny day.
Anything you want to.
Idaho.
Oh,
you broke it.
That caulk is crazy.
All right, we got all of it done. We have one last piece left to do, and we only broke one piece, which is really good. So it did take all day, and it's gonna take a whole nother day to get it all back on, but it is the order of operations. So the weather has turned on us. I think that's about all we're gonna get done today. Tomorrow, we are going to knock this roof out. We're gonna knock it out of the park. Oh.
You got hiccups, buddy? Oh, big yawn. Oh, big yawn.
He's not happy about the weather.
As you can see, today is a miserably wet day. We've had thunderstorms that have been rolling through. Not a great day to be climbing up onto a metal roof, installing something that's really, really slick.
It's a good day to be snuggling puppies and watching movies.
It sure is. Instead, what we're going to do is head back into Gabby the Addition. We have Donnie here on site. He's installing some trim on the interior portion of our living space up above the garage and in the garage itself. So we're going to go check in on him, see how he's doing.
So Donnie and Jeremy and I are trying to make sense of all of this stuff. It kind of gets dropped off like a big pile of pickup sticks, and then you have to figure out what, you know, where everything goes. And we don't want to mess it up because it's custom trimming doors, and if we make a bad cut, it's over. It's not totally over, but it would be a big setback because then you have to wait for a replacement piece to be made. So Donnie is an expert. He did all of the trim and all of the finishing work in the main house. So we have him back doing the addition build because he did such a nice job. And he is starting with the doors. The doors, there's not that many of them, but it's really, really impactful, and it's really cool because it doesn't take long to get them hung up, and then it makes a big difference. We went with all circle sawn knotty alder throughout. This color for the trim and the doors is slightly lighter than the cabinet, so we just have some contrasting colors, but I love the rustic look and feel of it, and I'm super excited to see all the trim in. All right, Ludo, the weather has improved. This is Ludo's new thing. I try to tell him, selfie, hey, come here, Ludo.
Not interested.
That's what he thinks of selfies. I'm trying to teach him a trick where I say selfie and I hit my shoulder and then he jumps up for a photo. And he's only done it once, and I think it was just on a whim. Anyway, the weather has improved, and I think that we can actually get some work done. So it's pretty early afternoon. You ready?
I'm ready.
He's ready. Come on, Ludo, selfie.
Before we put any metal up on our little section of roof there, I got 2 pieces of 1x6 fir cut. That's gonna be our fascia. Melissa's back here staining both of them with a transparent stain. We're gonna get that done. While she's working on this, I'm gonna get our underlayment put up on our roof.
All right, so not ideal news. We have discovered that we actually need to take the boards of the board and batten off as well. So even more siding is coming down, but there's really no way to get this done properly and have it look nice if we leave the boards up and try to work around them. The proper way is to take them down. So we take them down.
Hush, boy. You shiver if you think too much. Wrestling with the bones beneath your skin. Show love to.
Right, our underlayment is on. These guys are starting to look a little angry, so let's put that fascia up there, huh?
She who keeps you standing round. Take your break now. When cry echoes to an open door.
So this fascia is 1x6 Douglas fir, and the reason that we went with fir is because it's what we used on the house and it's what we used on the addition, and we wanted it to match. Now, once the gutters are up there, it's going to cover all but maybe an inch of it, so it seems kind of pointless, but it is a necessary step. We also wanted to address a very, very common question. Why the heck didn't we put a back door on this breezeway so that people from this abode and people from this abode can go nicely out the back and enjoy the backyard? Well, the reason we did not is because we wanted to avoid putting in a separate septic system and running separate power to the addition. We wanted to tie it all into the house. The only way to tie this addition build into this house here is to run the main drain line and the main electrical hookup, the big wire, the biggin, through this breezeway. So the drain pipe actually needs to be at the kind of ground level, but not exactly at the ground level. It couldn't be underground or anything like that. It had to run at a certain angle right down the middle of this back wall. So the only way to put a door would be to literally step up and over the drain and the electrical wire, and that's just kind of crazy. So we really could not put a door in the back, although we really wanted one. All of the electrical and all of the plumbing runs through that back wall.
It's really not that big a deal to just walk around and get to the back side of the house.
It kind of stinks.
It really isn't. It stinks while building because we're running back and forth.
Yeah.
But as far as just living here, not a big deal. Also, people were asking about windows for natural light. The door that we stick in the front side will have a window built within it, so there will be a lot of natural light pouring in.
Yeah.
Really not all that concerned with it. So it'll work out real nice, Clark.
With the drip edge on, we are officially ready for the roof metal.
Sort of. I need to figure out the layout. So while I'm doing that, what are you going to do?
I'm going to go make dinner. I'm going to go pick part of dinner, and then I'm going to make dinner. With the drip.
Ah. Oh, that hurt.
With the drip edge on.
Boop.
With the drip edge on, we are officially ready for metal tomorrow. So Jeremy is going to lay all that out.
Whoa, whoa.
And I'm going to go out to the garden and I'm going to pick us some dinner.
Get to picking.
I'm going to get to picking. We're here to pick mud. Two of our kids are gone at gymnastics for the evening, so it's just 4 of us for dinner, so I decided to try something new. I'm actually doing some fresh trout from Good Chop that was raised right here in the Rocky Mountain region. I've been ordering almost all of our meat and seafood from Good Chop for about a year now because they save me so much time. I don't have to go to the grocery store because they offer contact-free delivery right here to my door, and I'm not serving my family questionable meat that I have no idea where it came from. So something else that I really appreciate about Good Chop is that every order is fully customizable. That means that we get to pick the beef, chicken, pork, and seafood options that our family likes and is actually going to use the most. I've never actually cooked trout before, but I'm just gonna go with salt and pepper and some herbs and some macadamia nut oil and hope for the best. With Good Chop, there's something for everyone with over 70 high quality cuts ranging from 100% grass-fed ribeyes, USDA prime filet mignon, wild cut salmon, organic free-range chicken breast, thick cut bacon, just to name a few. Unlike many companies, Good Chop sources all of its meat and seafood exclusively from American farms and fisheries. So when you choose Good Chop, you support local family farms and independent ranchers right here in the US. Good Chop sources only the good stuff, meaning all of their beef comes with no antibiotics or added hormones ever, and they actually stand behind their exceptional quality by offering a 100% money-back guarantee. To give Good Chop a try for yourself, just go to goodchop.com/YouTube or click the link below and make sure to use our code GSL120 to get $120 off across 4 boxes. That's $120 off across 4 boxes when you go to goodchop.com/YouTube and use our code GSL120. Work continues inside the addition build with the hanging of the doors and the window wrap and all of that good stuff. So Donnie's in there working and Jeremy and I are back out here on the breezeway working on the metal roofing. So there are 4 metal pieces that go on the front and 4 that go on the back. However, the flashing is flat, so it needs to lay on a flat surface, and each of the end pieces have a ridge. So Jeremy is going to be ripping those down, cutting off the ridges, getting them all installed, and then hopefully by the end of the day we are placing a ridge cap.
I'm getting these panels set up with a 2-inch overhang on the bottom end because that's what's going to match the house. And although this is going to look a little wonky for the time being, you have to remember that we're going to have a gutter that's mounted to this fascia. So in the end, it'll all look.
You were
really
going to
nice.
say real nice.
I know, I already used that. I played that card already.
We were southern souls on a western road as the valleys climbed and the mountains told. Wondered why we were there at all. It was the great divide and the mountains tall, singing oh, 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 oh. We were singing oh, oh, oh.
Last one for this guy. Okay, all of our metal roofing has been installed. It is put down. That's looking good. So we are moving on to this flashing. This is some wall to roof transition flashing. And I've never actually worked with this before, so I'm game planning in a way that's going to make sense. We'll obviously cut it to length, get it set in place, and then what I'm thinking is that we will run a nice generous bead of silicone down the seam to make sure that no water runs back toward the addition or toward the house. Screw things down from there and reevaluate. Hopefully that does the trick though.
So that one board up there shows why we had to remove the other boards, because this flashing sits flat against the house and there was no way that we were going to be able to slide it up under all of the boards that were up there. So the concrete siding, while durable and beautiful and practical, is not very flexible. It's all the other bowls, but it's not flexible. So we will get it back up. All right, it is past 6 o'clock, even though it doesn't look like it because it's officially summer now. But Jeremy is absolutely exhausted. He's been on that hot roof all day. It was really hot today. The roof is black. He's like a fried egg.
I'm getting sick.
He's getting really what sick. It is. Yeah, it's one of those things where like Eli brought it home and then Kira got it like 4 days later and then Kaimani got it like 4 days later and then I got it and now Jeremy's getting it. And so that's just the way the dominoes fall. Everyone can't get sick at the same time, not ever. It's got to be like 4 or 5 days apart just to make sure that the common cold lasts at least 3 weeks around here. So it's June, which means it's berry time. We have about 30 pounds of strawberries here that we want to put up for the winter. So our favorite thing to make is jam, strawberry jam. So Kira and I make strawberry jam every single year. We've been doing it since she was about 2 years old. She liked to mush the berries. So now that she is almost 12, she's a lot more help. So we're gonna get busy. Okay, I got all mine cut. So while you keep cutting, I'm gonna get all the jars out of the water. Because remember last year it didn't set, and then someone told me that it was because we had water in our jars. Okay, so of course we need to sterilize our jars. So I did all of that earlier and then I let them cool down and now I'm going to dry them out because last year all of our jam didn't set, which was the first year we've ever had that happen. But normally I was sterilizing my jars in the dishwasher because I had a sterilization thing on my old dishwasher and I don't on this one. So I tried the old-fashioned method and I had a little bit of water in my jars and I was told by a bunch of you guys that that is why the jam didn't set. And it is not fun when your jam doesn't set because I don't need 60 pints of strawberry syrup. So I had to reprocess all of it, which is very expensive and very time consuming. So hopefully we have better luck this year. Hey Eli, you want to take the tops to the rabbits? Go, we'll spoil some bunnies. And Manny too, Eli.
Standing on this holy ground, fallen leaves and crooked limbs. Looking back, I see you now. Climbing high, no mind the risk. The subtle lines beside your lips, like souvenirs of years of laughter, dangling cross across your wrist. Got you through more than you asked for. They say it's a ring that wraps around. No end, no beginning, like the wellspring underground. The way you sleep, believe through now. It's the way you stay living as our names fade from this town. It's the way you keep on giving me a fire.
All right, very last batch. Kira went to take a rest because we've been doing this all afternoon and it's hot. It's only about 80 degrees today, but the one thing about all of the fruit coming into season in the summer is it all needs to be processed in the summer. So it's always the hottest days of the year that we're canning, but it turned out beautifully. We got about 26 pints out of 30 pounds of strawberries, which is probably about half of what we're gonna need for the year. So we'll be doing this again. Sweet summer days have finally found their way back to us. There is just a feel to the warm golden hour evening at the end of a long hot day, when everyone comes together and all the stresses of that day just don't seem to matter, no matter how hard the day's work was. My fondest memories of family barbecues and meteor showers and bareback horse riding all come from the summers of my own childhood. Now, I'm not sure which moments will stick in their mind 20 or 30 years from now, but I hope that they include at least a few little moments like this.